First try. There we go. Awesome. I know the angles at this point because I set up the camera in the exact same spot every time I record. It's like here, I'm sure you guys see a lot of me sitting here, and then I'm sure you guys see a lot of me sitting upstairs at my desk, because those are probably the two areas that I spend the most amount of time, is here eating food and upstairs at my desk doing work, and then the gym the other, 30% of the time, whatever it may be. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. It is a beautiful, snowy, it's not snowy, I guess. It snowed yesterday a whole shit ton, but it is a beautiful winter day. It is December 19th today, which is absolutely crazy to think about because Christmas is like next Wednesday. It's in like 5 days, which is really wild. It snuck up on us very, very fast. I feel like it always sneaks up on me. Like, Christmas is always one of those things that I'm like, I'm gonna get my Christmas presents early this year, and it never ends up happening. But this year, it especially feels like it creeped up on me very, very quickly. Like, went on a little trip to Banff back in November, and then got back from that, and it has just been chaos and just very busy ever since we got back from that trip. So it's just been kind of rushing to get things ready for Christmas, but hopefully going to take some time to just kind of rest, relax, chill, and enjoy the Christmas season. But in today's video, I thought that I would take you guys through a little bit of a workout. We got a big back and hamstrings workout planned for today, and I thought that I would also talk a little bit about if I think that supplements are needed or not. Obviously, throughout the videos that I have done, you guys have seen me take quite a bit of different supplements, from different vitamins and minerals, to pre-workouts, to proteins, to intra-workout, different things like that. So I thought I would touch on that a little bit, whether or not I think that supplements are absolutely mandatory, if there are some that I think are necessary, and there are some that are potentially not as necessary. So that's what we're going to be diving into today as well. Like I said, we're going to go hit a big back and hamstring workout here in a little bit. Deadlifts on the plan for today. I absolutely love deadlifts. It's one of those exercises, like, I was talking to someone about it and I was like, would it be considered optimal in today's society? Probably not. For some people, they just don't think it's an optimal movement, but it's one of those movements that, like, I have an emotional attachment to. I love deadlifting from the floor. I love just, heavy deadlifts. It's just something that's very fun about it to me. So I keep it in there in my program. I only do one working set because otherwise it just wrecks the shit out of me because it's such a fatiguing exercise. I had it at one point where I was doing 2 sets and I literally couldn't even sleep like the next 2 or 3 days because my lower back was so sore. So I was like, that's probably a little bit too much. So now I just keep it at 1 top set. So you guys will go ahead and kind of see that today. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into things. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So do I think that supplements are needed, or is it something that are really just a luxury item? Because let's be honest, supplements are very expensive. A tub of protein is going to run you anywhere from $50 to even $70. So that's really expensive for just one supplement. Then taking into consideration, you might want to buy EAAs, you might want to buy creatine, a carb powder, you might want to buy a pre-workout, you might want to buy some health supplements, different things like this. That total bill can add up very, very quickly to become a large amount that you are spending on supplements each and every month. So that begs the question, are they truly necessary, or are they just an added expense? Now, I think this is going to really depend on what situation you are in. If you are just someone who is just starting out on your fitness journey, you're just doing it casually, you're just trying to lose a little bit of weight, build a little bit of muscle, then I would say that supplements are something that are a little bit more of a luxury in that scenario. If you are just starting out, you probably don't need all of the different health supplements, you probably don't need all the different fancy pre-workouts, you probably don't need the fancy carb powders and everything like that. You can get really, really great results from just eating very good food and training really, really hard. But I think once we start to get into the more serious lifters, like people who are wanting to potentially compete in bodybuilding, people who are potentially competing in competitive sports, whether that be powerlifting, CrossFit, whatever it may be, if you are doing an actual competitive sport or you want to get the absolute most out of your physique development, this is where supplements might start to be a little bit more useful in your scenario. If you are someone who is training for bodybuilding and you are eating, 250, 275 grams of protein per day, it might be a little bit difficult to go ahead and get that out of just whole foods. Not saying you obviously can't, you definitely can, but it might be convenient to have a protein powder in there to go ahead and help you hit that. Or, on those days that you're a little bit more tired and you want that little bit of extra oomph, having that pre-workout might be a benefit. Or different things such as like an intra-workout carb powder and EAA blend to go ahead and help boost your performance during your workout. That is when these things can start to become a little bit more beneficial if you are really taking things seriously, if you are really striving to get the absolute most out of your physique development and you are striving to get the absolute most out of your journey. That being said, I still think that they are by no means mandatory. You can still get absolutely fantastic results, like I said, through just diet and training, and that is something that you might not need to go ahead and think about incorporating if you don't have the budget for it. Obviously, you should never sacrifice your budget of quality food for supplementation. I would rather you spend that money on good quality food that is going to fuel your body and fuel your performance, as opposed to going and buying a pre-workout or buying a protein powder, something along this line. Where I think supplementation starts to become a little bit more mandatory per se is going to be in the enhanced individual. If you are someone who is taking PEDs, this is where those things are going to start to become a little bit more mandatory. And I'm not talking about your protein and your pre-workout, I'm talking about your actual health supplementation, things that are going to take care of your liver, things that are going to take care of your kidney, your astragalus, your beetroot extract, your tudcut, different things like this that are going to help protect your internal organs from the PEDs that you are taking, things that are going to help to lower your blood pressure, omega-3s to go ahead and help with your cholesterol and different things like this. This is where I think those supplements start to become a little bit more mandatory, is when you start to cross over into that enhanced lifestyle, and that is something that you need to go ahead and take into consideration if that is something that you are deciding to make that next step, is that those health supplements need to be something that is absolutely essential in your everyday supplement regime. So that is kind of the three categories that I break it down into when it comes to the actual necessity of supplementation. Is if you are just starting out, you really don't have to worry about it too much. Obviously, sure, are you going to get benefits from some supplementation, such as creatine, such as from omega-3s, vitamin D3, different things like this? Sure, you absolutely will. So I'm not saying to completely avoid them if you are just starting out in your fitness journey. If you have the budget for it, then definitely go ahead and do that, but it shouldn't be your first and foremost concern. Your first and foremost concern should be eating a really good diet, training really hard, and being consistent with that. Once you start to get into that more advanced level and you are wanting to compete, in some sort of sport, you want to take your physique development to its absolute max, this is where utilizing those things such as, like I said, an EAA, a pre-workout, a carb powder is going to start to become a little bit more beneficial for you, because you know that you can get the most out of it because you have all those other variables nailed down. If you have a shitty diet, supplementation isn't going to make up for that. A shitty diet is just a shitty diet with supplements. You got to make sure that your training is on point, you got to make sure that your recovery is on point and your nutrition is on point, and then if you add that supplementation in, that is when it's really going to yield the most benefit. And then we get into the third category, like I said, enhanced individuals. Those health supplements are going to be absolutely paramount to making sure that your health markers are still staying in a good spot so that you can counteract a little bit of the negative consequences that are going to come with PED use. So that is kind of my insight to supplements. I definitely think that they have their benefit. I definitely think depending on what stage you are in is going to determine the necessity of them. But if you have the budget for only 3 supplements, my top 3 supplements would be a creatine monohydrate. Obviously, it is the most research, scientifically backed supplement that we have on the market. There is tons of research behind creatine and its efficacy, so I would definitely go ahead and lean towards that. My recommendation for creatine is going to be 1 gram per every 10 kilograms of body weight. So currently I am 95 kilograms, so I go ahead and take about 10 grams of creatine per day. This is just going to make sure that you are getting the most out of it. Second supplement I would lean towards is actually going to be omega-3. A lot of people don't get enough omega-3 within their diet. It is going to be good for heart health. It is going to be good for brain health. It is going to help with joint health. It is going to help with inflammation. There are so many benefits to a good quality omega-3. Just make sure that you are getting a good quality one. You don't need the omega-369, we just want the omega-3. You want to make sure that it is coming from smaller fish that feed on plantation, not larger fish that feed on smaller fish. So you don't want like wild salmon oil. You want to go ahead and take a look at the back, and you want to be coming from things such as like sardines, anchovies, fish that are going to feed off that plantation is going to be the most pure form of fish oil. Lastly, my third recommended supplement is actually going to be vitamin D3. So many people are deficient in vitamin D3. It is going to help with your mood. It is going to help with your energy levels. It's going to help with your immune function. There are so many different benefits to vitamin D3, especially if you live somewhere like I do where it's going to be dark out in a couple of hours already. That is definitely where you can go ahead and start to see a benefit from it, is going to be going ahead and taking that, especially during the winter, to go ahead and kind of help with that winter depression. That's something that can really benefit you as well. If you can only go ahead and afford 3 supplements at the moment, those are the 3 that I would definitely recommend. But if you guys would like, I can definitely do another video covering more supplements a little bit more in depth, and which ones I think are actually going to be worth it and which ones I think are maybe not so worth it. So if that's something that you guys would like, then definitely go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. But it is time to go rip some deadlifts now, which I'm super excited for. So I'm gonna go ahead downstairs, get the pre-work ready to go, and then I will catch you guys at the gym. But I thought we would do a little bit of a catch up while I'm drinking my pre-workout, getting ready to go train. This is the raspberry creamsicle from Get Raw Nutrition. It's Chris Bumstead's pre-workout. Really good flavor. Definitely like one of my favorite flavors of a pre-workout that I've ever tried. It's definitely a solid pre-workout. Like I think it's considered their like budget pre-workout compared to like the Thavage that they have. It's kind of like their budget pre-workout. Like it's not quite as loaded as the Thavage formula, but still a really great one. And like I think the price point here in Canada is like $45, which for a pre-workout definitely isn't too bad. And I think I got it on sale for like 30 or 35 bucks or something. So really great flavor, which is absolutely fantastic. As far as the off season goes, we are definitely nearing the end of this push-up phase. With me deciding to take 2025 off, it's not going to be like obviously a continuous bulk all the way through, because you're just going to get too fat if you were to bulk for like a full 18 months, unless you were gaining like a quarter of a pound a week, which isn't going to be realistic for most people. So nearing the end of this push-up phase, it's been probably like a good like 14 to 16 weeks or so. Probably going to push it for another 5 weeks just to bring it right around kind of that 20-week mark. I'm sitting currently at about 210 pounds in the morning, and I have been stuck there for like the past 4 weeks. I kind of jumped up to 210 and I was like, oh shit. So I kind of like backed off things a little bit, but now I've been increasing things and I've still just been kind of stuck at 210. But what's really good is that my body composition definitely has been like kind of settling in at 210. So like this is the best I have ever looked at this body weight. So I'm very, very happy with the look of it. Even though weight isn't continuing to push up, I am very happy with kind of where the look is at. The goal was to hopefully hit like 220 by the end of January. I don't think that's happening anymore. So if I could hit like 215, I'd be pretty happy with that. And then we'll kind of go from there and potentially go into like a 8 to 12 week mini cut. Haven't quite decided yet. Depends on how lean I am and how much body fat I feel I have to lose. Like right now, I don't think that I would have to do 12 weeks. I thought that if I got up to 220, I would probably have to do 12 weeks because I thought that it would be like a little bit sloppy. But considering where my body composition is at currently, I think that realistically, if I just pushed it pretty aggressively for like 8 weeks, we could probably go in there, drop like 15 to 20 pounds in that 8 weeks resensitize me and get me into a good enough spot to kind of push back up. So yeah, that's kind of how things have been going as far as that. Calories are quite up there. Eating almost like 500 grams of carbs per day right now, 250 protein and like 60 grams of fat. So I think it's right around close to like 3,500 calories. Maybe I'll do an updated full day of eating for you guys. I just did one not too long ago, so I don't want to just beat the hell out of a dead horse. So if you guys do want that video, then definitely go ahead and let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's kind of how things have been going with me. I don't want to carry this on for too long because I'm sure you guys are probably getting bored of me. So I will go ahead, shut the hell up, finish my pre-workout, and then we will get in there and crush this back and hamstring workout. So let's get it. Workout complete. Was a really good workout, actually. Was warming up for deadlifts, and deadlifts were feeling like very light, and I've been really wanting to go for 4.5 plates, because I did like 4.5 plates is 455, and last week I did 445 for 6, and I felt like I probably could have pulled a 7th, so I was like, you know what, am I going to go for 455 this week? I was like, seems like a little bit of a jump, especially when you're getting heavier like that. But going into next week, I'm only going to be training a couple days, like 3 days, because it's Christmas. I'm going to take a little bit of time off. And then week after that, I'm going to be running a deload going into my new training block. So I was like, now is the time. If I'm going to do it, let's fucking go for it. So got 6 reps, was very happy with that I went up 10 pounds and matched the reps that I did last week. So overall, really great workout. Very happy with that. Training has been going good lately. Didn't unfortunately film all of the exercises, just simply for the fact that the camera is currently dying. I don't know why. It didn't seem like it charged very good, or I've just used that much of the battery today. So nevertheless, I'm gonna go ahead, head home, charge the battery for a little bit, eat a post-workout meal, and then probably catch up with you guys in a bit. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there, but I hope that you guys did enjoy the video. I hope that you guys did get value from the video as well. Like I said, if you guys would like to see a full breakdown of what I currently take for my own supplementation, vitamins, minerals, things that I take for my health, things that I take for my performance, things that I recommend, then definitely go ahead and let me know down in the comments below, and I would be more than happy to do a little bit more of an in-depth video for you guys, kind of breaking down the different supplements that I personally use and why I think that they are beneficial. But as always, if you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to drop a like on the video. I would greatly appreciate it. As well, make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you guys are new around here so that you don't miss out on any future content. Other than that, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.